Good day, friends. Thanks for coming back again. This is Casey with Aligned Astrology, and today we're talking about the new moon in Capricorn. This new moon in Capricorn is going to come exact on January 18th, and this is the first new moon of the new year. So we can look at it and see it sort of starting off our new year. When we think about the sign of Capricorn, it is a sign of devotion, of diligence. So we can call this new moon the seed of our devotion for this year. Understanding the sign of Capricorn as one of the most authentic signs of the zodiac, we can see it as one who is not looking for the limelight, one who does not need to be seen, but is only concerned with achieving its goals or finding its own stability, its security in the things that it wants to accomplish. Now, understanding this sign from our own particular lives, we look at our rising signs to see where this zodiac sign is expressing itself in our own personal charts. But understanding it today as an individual sign, the sign Capricorn, we've been affected by this zodiac sign for the last month here, with all of the big energy moving through the sign of Capricorn. We have a lot of the personal planets moving through the sign of Capricorn, such as Mars and Venus, who just had their kazimis with the sun, beginning their new cycles, like going through a death rebirth process, where each of us are understanding what we want to be devoted to, what actions we want to take towards our goals, and what values are being birthed towards the things we're looking to accomplish this year. Now, we can also look at this new moon as the beginning of this lunation cycle, looking at it from a standpoint of that 6 month period. So when we see this new moon on January 18th, 6 months down the line, when we have our full moon in the sign of Capricorn, we'll get to see the fruits of our labor. Because when we see the sign of Capricorn as the sea goat, when we look at it from its archetypal standpoint, it is like the goat that climbs the mountain, that continues and remains vigilant up the mountain until it reaches its goal, which is the top of the mountain. Let's see this part of ourselves in our experience and notice what we're working towards. Notice what we need to accomplish in our life to be more serious, to be more mature towards our own well-being, whether it's taking care of our family or finding our own path. Let's take the opportunity to use this new moon as a point of reflection, a point of proper direction and consistency towards those things. In my own personal life, as a Scorpio rising, I'll have this new moon in Capricorn in the third house. Now, this is my day-to-day living, right? This is my daily waking life, the things I do on a daily basis. So I am finding devotion around creating security for myself, working this business more, this astrology, taking the opportunity to make this experience real. And we can look at our own astrology and see where these things are coming up in our life. And we'll do horoscopes in a different video to see how it's pertaining to each rising sign individually. But in my own experience, after experiencing the planet of Pluto moving through the third house for the last decade and a half, I've had the opportunity to go through a whirlwind of different experiences in my daily life in regards to my career, my creativity, and my businesses. So now is the time with this new moon to plant that new seed of consistency in the things that we want to achieve for ourselves. And with Pluto in the sign of Aquarius, as well as these personal planets that are in Capricorn right now, preparing to move into Aquarius and conjoin Pluto, we get an opportunity to see ourselves truly as we move towards our goals that we're setting with this Capricorn new moon. Looking at that planet Pluto in the sign of Aquarius, it's a new experience for us in this lifetime. So we get an opportunity to experience what it means to be a part of a collective that wants to support us with Pluto here. And as we move into Aquarius for this season, we'll notice what our values entail towards community and how we want to be of support towards the people that we stand for, and what values are showing through our own expression and our work towards these communities. But what I want to do is pull up a zodiac chart so we can look at this new moon in Capricorn together, and we'll point out some different things. Okay, here we are. Once again, looking at the new moon in Capricorn, we want to look at the planet Saturn, which has been moving through Pisces for the last 2.5 years, and it's getting ready to move into the sign of Aries. Now we have just the last bit of Saturn moving through Pisces, giving us the opportunity to plan and dream and find imagination around those goals that we want to move towards, the sovereignty that we want to create with our goals, and the direction that we want to move in, and being devotional and consistent with our careers or our business, or even our daily waking life where we work and connect with people, whatever the case may be. This sign of Pisces has been experiencing both Saturn and Neptune for quite a while, and they're going to be moving into the sign of Aries. And when they move into the sign of Aries to stay for their allotted amount of time, Saturn about 2.5 years, and the planet Neptune will be moving through Aries for a longer period of time, which will be around 14 years. So these planets moving into Aries are going to take on the characteristics of Aries, turning them into a more action-oriented expression. Now we know Saturn as a planet of boundaries, a planet of stability, one that wants to slow down and take a moment to show us the truth of ourselves, help us to find maturity in these different parts of our life. But when that planet Saturn moves into its fallen space in the zodiac in the sign of Aries, it's going to push us to take action, to grow up fast, to find the maturity or the consistency that we need when it comes to these plans that we're creating, these businesses, whatever it is that we're looking towards moving forward in our place of Capricorn in our zodiac, is going to show its face for these last couple of weeks in the sign of Pisces. And then as it moves into Aries, it's time to move forward. There won't be much conceptual thinking anymore. Will be led more through instinct and intuition, especially with intuition, as Neptune's going to be moving into the sign of Aries. And when Neptune moves into the sign of Aries, it's like coming into more of a spiritual guidance from the inside out, knowing that our direction that we're moving towards, even if we don't feel like we're necessarily ready to move in this direction, the path is going to begin to show itself. There's a poet, an ancient Sufi mystic. He's a poet. His name's Rumi, and one of his poems goes a little something like, as we walk on the path reveals itself. So this is one of those experiences that we're beginning to create in the sign of Capricorn. As we walk on this path of diligence and consistency towards the goals that we want to achieve, the path is going to begin to reveal itself. We are at the end, the end of the beginning in this case, because when we think about a new moon as a seed, we must always remember that when a seed is planted, the seed must die in order for the plant to sprout and grow into something entirely new. So as we move along this path, as we plant these seeds, we must be prepared to continue forward and to have faith in ourselves that whatever actions we take, whatever direction this is we're going in, is that we continue to nurture, we continue to move forward, regardless of what we may feel. Now it's important to remember that we've just had a lot of oppositional conversation from the planet Jupiter in Cancer over to that stellium of planets that has been moving through Capricorn. And this is was giving us the opportunity to be mindful of our own emotional well-being while we have the opportunity to check in with ourselves and to make sure that we are caring for ourselves. But when we look at this new moon here, when we have this conjunction of Mercury and Mars in the sign of Capricorn, we must also remember that once we have our emotional well-being in order, we have to move forward on our actions. We have to be diligent in our expression. Having that Mars in its exaltation place in Capricorn makes it easy for us to move forward, makes it easy for us to take these actions. And having a quick-witted mind here in Capricorn supports us in being able to properly communicate and express ourselves towards these things, connecting with the people that can help us, and being in the right places at the right time. Remember, this once again is just the beginning of our experience that's beginning to unfold over this next 6 months. So as this new moon in Capricorn unfolds for us, begin to ask yourself these questions. Is this what I want for myself? And if the answer is yes, this is the direction that we move forward in. One other thing we want to speak about with this new moon in Capricorn is the fact that there's going to be a trine aspect from this new moon over to the planet Uranus in Taurus. Now the planet Uranus has been moving through Taurus into Gemini, back into Taurus for around 7 years. And we know the planet Uranus as the revolutionary. And we've been experiencing the consistency and consistency in our financial avenues in Taurus, our the consistency of our experience of life. And as the planet Uranus revolutionary, also the planet of technology, moves into the sign of Gemini, our technological landscapes are beginning to change and transform as this Uranus is going to be making a trine aspect over to Pluto, revealing a lot of different things. And being that it is in Uranus is moving into the sign of Gemini, it's going to take on the characteristics of Gemini, connecting us with communities and through communication, through connection. And it's going to be a technological sort of connection. Things are going to expand beyond our imagination here. It's going to give us the opportunity to begin to connect with people all around the world in different ways. If you haven't been keeping up with the AI, we can look at YouTube itself and see that AI has now began to auto dub our YouTube videos for people all around the world. And they even alter the way our mouths move, taking on the characteristics and the vernacular of these individual languages. And now people from all around the world can watch a YouTube video from America translated directly into Chinese or or German or Russian, and these people can watch the videos and understand exactly what we're saying, and vice versa. So this is opening the door for connection around the world. So let's understand that this place of new moon in Capricorn is opening the door for us to move down a path that is going to be very fruitful for us. This is going to be a tremendous experience. As we move into this new moon, take moments for yourself to sit and be still, as we understand that Capricorn is one that wants to have its security, one that wants to move forward and take its action and be consistent. But we must also remember that we need to use this new moon as a powerful starting point to begin and not stop. Of course, there's rest and there's breaks, but there is a strong consistency of moving in the direction of our goals and achievements. So remember these things for this new moon in the sign of Capricorn. If you liked the video, please remember to like the video, remember to subscribe, and remember, my name's Casey, and let's see if it works. You put the heart sign up. Remember to like the video, subscribe, and until the next time, this is Casey with Aligned Astrology. I'll see you then.